Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are when you see this video. Thank you for joining me, Dorothea, through an Orthodox Christian lens. It is late here, almost 10 p.m., Halloween night, although I think nowadays kids don't go out trick-or-treating very late. Definitely not what it was like when I was a kid. In any case, I hope you're having a great day, or you've had a great day, or starting your day is good. It is October 31st, 2025, as I said, Halloween. We don't really do anything on Halloween, so I just wanted to give you an update on this case that's come up that was planned, and I had forgotten until I saw the article that was planned for the 31st today. So let's just go right to that article. Case to ban Kiev metropolia of Ukrainian Orthodox Church begins. There's Metropolitan Onufry of Kiev and all Ukraine. He's the head bishop in there. The 6th Appellate Court of Kiev held a hearing yesterday on a lawsuit filed by the State Service for Ethnopolitics and Freedom of Conscience, seeking to ban the activities of the Kiev Metropolia of the canonical Ukrainian Orthodox Church. The hearing lasted approximately 5.5 hours with a break while hundreds of UOC faithful prayed outside the courthouse. As you can see the picture right there. Over 1,000 believers have filed applications to join the case as third parties, with an additional 300 such applications currently in the court registry. The court granted the Kiev Metropolia's motion to obtain all documents that formed the basis for the investigations and orders issued by DES. According to Archpriest Nikita Chekman, the Metropolia's attorney, DES hadn't provided all documents, including an internal memo that was classified as confidential after the Metropolia's legal team requested it. Due to the need for all parties to review the large volume of materials, including the applications from believers seeking third-party status, the Kiev Metropolia's representatives filed a motion to postpone the proceedings. The court granted the postponement and will address questions regarding the inclusion of believers and certain legal entities, including diocesan administrations and monasteries, at the next hearing. The next court session is scheduled for December 11th at 10 a.m. The state's crusade against orthodoxy began in earnest in August of last year when Parliament passed and President Zelensky signed into a law a bill on banning religious organizations connected to Russia, which lawmakers openly proclaimed was actually aimed at banning the Kiev-centered Ukrainian Orthodox Church. In May of this year, based on this law, DES began formally investigating UOC structures, beginning with the Kiev Metropolia. In August, the service formally declared that the UOC is still connected to the Moscow Patriarchate. Yes. Taking Russian church documents as its guide, thereby investing them with legislative authority in Ukraine. On this basis, DES filed a lawsuit against the Kiev Metropolia, which began yesterday. And again, this is all political. It's obviously not a spiritual deal for this court. Obviously, it's a secular court. Government is secular and does not care about their church. That is the largest and the official church of Ukraine, really. But they don't want to recognize that because, as I've said before, they don't want to do that because, as it says, it's connected to the Moscow Patriarchate. And like I said, I did a video on the history of the 3 different Ukrainian Orthodox churches. And it was an article I did a while back I read, and it was explaining how that came about during the 70 years of the USSR and all that. They never worked out getting their own patriarch for Ukraine. But the one that has apostolic connection and is canonical thereby is the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. And because of the politics involved in this, they don't want to recognize that the Ukrainian Orthodox Church is one of the churches under the Moscow Patriarchate and the Moscow Patriarch. That's just how it is. Maybe at some point things might change after the war, after they're reunited, after the persecution of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church is over for a while anyway, and it's reunited with the Russian Orthodox Church, and they can work out the jurisdictional issue in the next ecumenical and last ecumenical upcoming ecumenical council. That all of this is in the prophecies, which will probably clear up a lot of these issues. Even some, little things like the calendar, but there's ethical issues that need to be talked about that weren't around, hundreds of years ago when the last ecumenical council happened. So it's possible they can work out a patriarch for Ukraine itself. Then maybe they'll fix all the messed up jurisdictions in the United States as well. It's a mess here, obviously, with so many different jurisdictions, so many different ones connected to the roots of the churches in the original spots, such as Antioch out of Damascus, Syria, and the Greek church, out of Greece, and the Russian church out of Russia, and Serbia, and Romania, and so on. We will see if that actually takes place. It would be nice. So we'll see what happens. It's good that it was pushed back, this case. I mean, it's crazy that they're even doing a case on this and treating the church this way. Constant persecution for 3 years. But hopefully this will end soon. I sure hope so. Anyway, let's continue praying for the Ukrainian Orthodox Church and praying for the world. There's a saying of St. Paisius that and I think it was he who said this. It's that we're grateful for the never ceasing, never stopping, continuous prayers at our monasteries by the nuns and the monks, because if we didn't have that happening, the whole world would crumble and fall apart. So, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for following my channel. Thank you all for your interesting and insightful comments that you put under my videos. I read every single one of them. So thanks for that. Thanks for interacting with others on there. And there's a good amount of respect for others that I really appreciate in the comments. You all are just, I'm so glad that you all are supporting me and following my channel. You all are fantastic people, from what I've read. And You have strong faith, and that's great. So, thanks again, and I hope you have a blessed night. Until next time.